Welcome to the Beyond the Mind podcast, where we ask not what's in your head, but what your head is in.
Prepare to be inspired to change your environment, change your mindset, and ultimately change your life. Willpower doesn't work, people. If you truly want to move away from stress and anxiety, you have to start with your environment. So let's go. Let's apply some positive change into your world.
Happiness is loading. Welcome to the Beyond the Mind podcast.
I am your host, Iain Highfield, and I want to welcome you to the Beyond the Mind podcast. Today, let's dive straight into it. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about a success hack. Ultimately, if you want to be successful, I believe you have to do this. The piece of advice I'm going to give you, it helped me change my life. When I started doing this, I started having better results. It enabled me to speak on stage. It enabled me to write a book. It enabled me to be a better version of myself and live a fulfilled and happy life doing what I love every day. What is this success hack? Now, I've given it kind of a build up, and I think you'll be potentially a little bit like, oh, that's it? All that build up, it changed your life, it got you on stage, it helped you author books, and that's it? That's what you're gonna give us? Well, unfortunately, yes, it is very, very simple. But rather than throw it out there, I'm gonna keep you listening, I'm gonna keep you in suspense, and I'm gonna tell you how I came to this, why I was compelled to do a podcast on it. So, as a lot of you know, I am a coach, a mental performance coach, mainly in sport. I do corporate work and I do individual work, but I would say about 75% of my work comes helping people in sport, and a majority of that, again, probably about 75% of that is in golf. So, I'm speaking to a young man who actually listened to my podcast on goal setting and booked his free 30-minute power call. And he's sharing his goals and dreams with me. He's telling me he wants to be the best golfer he can be, which for him is getting into the top 50 in the world and achieving X, Y, and Z. So I started going through what I call critical success factors, things you have to be able to do. So you have to be able to hit the ball so far. You have to have these skills. And then one of the things we got onto was you have to have X amount of financial backing. And his response was, how do I get that? How do I get that financial backing? And my reply, ask. Ask for help. I explained to this student that was on his free 30-minute power call how important it is to ask for help. There are amazing people out there in this world that will give up their time, that will give up their money, that will give up their energy, that will give up their knowledge to help others chase their goals and dreams. And I've seen this. I've worked with professional athletes who have had very, very, very helpful and generous sponsors, purely for the fact that they're successful and they want to create positive change in the world. They want to help give back. They want to help people that aren't in the financial position that they're in chase their goals and dreams. And I explained all this on the coaching call, and I got the student fired up, and he had his processes. He's going to send 10 emails a day. He's going to start with local businesses and work out. And then after the call, I went for a run. I started to run, and I was thinking, man, I gave that advice, and recently I haven't been following it. I haven't been asking for help. I realized that I haven't been practicing what I preach. So I created this podcast and I haven't asked for help. I haven't asked people to share it. I haven't asked people to review it. I haven't even sent it to anyone to listen to and ask for feedback. And I was like, right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We've done 6, 7 episodes. I'm gonna start with my friends. I'm gonna start with the people closest to me, and I'm gonna ask them for feedback. So my friends from high school, which is a long, long time ago. I'm 38 now, so what would that be? That would be 20 years and longer. My friends from college, who are still my tightest group of friends. And then my friends that are mainly coaches, people that I've become to know in the USA. I fired the podcast out to everyone. Hey guys, this is a new venture that I've started. I really want to create positive change. Can you give me some feedback? Can you write reviews? Can you let me know what you think? And honestly, I sat there and I knew that the jokes would come on the group WhatsApp. I knew the jokes would come, and they did, but not that many. And then my phone pinged and I got a private message saying, wow, this is great. Sounds so professional. And that's from one of my friends who wouldn't really give praise out lightly. And then another friend said, hey man, yeah, it's awesome. I'm going to review it. I actually really enjoy this one. And then another person said, hey, it's inspiring. I don't know how you find the time in the day to do all this, but I'm definitely more motivated from listening to it. A couple of them shared it. And then more people started messaging me throughout the day. Hey, since my injury, I've been looking for something to empower me or motivate me. And it could just be your podcast. And that's a friend from school. And then I had this epiphany. I realized one of the reasons I'm in such a fortunate position is not only because I ask for help, but it's the people that I surrounded myself with. So I guess in this podcast, it's 2 life hacks. It's 2 success hacks. 1, ask for help. And 2, surround yourself with the correct people. Because I realized once I asked my friends for some help and some guidance, and they responded in the way that they did, I realized that one of the reasons I'm in the USA, one of the reasons that I'm fulfilled, that I'm happy, and that I'm motivated to chase my dream and create positive change is because of them. You see, 7 years ago, when I was working in the corporate world, I had a real nice car, I had 2 houses, I had money, I could go out, I could party, I could go on holidays, go to sporting events. On the surface, I lived a great life. I was secure, I was saving money, future looked good, retirement fund, pension, corporate world, wore a suit, played at a golf club. You know, on the surface, it looked great. When I told them, hey, I'm thinking of sacking everything off and attempting to be a mental performance coach and teach people how to overcome anxiety and fears and help athletes perform to a higher level, not one of them discouraged me. Not one of them told me, no, play it safe. Not one of them told me, that's a dumb idea, you'll never make it. Not one of them told me, hey, do you know how hard that's going to be? Do you know how crazy you sound? You've got a good life, you've got a safe life, stick to it. Not one of my friends ever said that. All my friends ever did was encourage and tell me, yes, you can do it, and believe that I was going to be successful. They believed it, which made me believe it. And we're not talking people like me. My friends are like me in some instances, but a lot of them are very risk averse, savers, different goals in life, different phases of their life, different plans, different visions than I have. But what they did was they didn't look at my idea through their eyes. They looked at it through my eyes. and they could see that this was something that I wanted. And rather than tell me everything that could possibly go wrong, rather than tell me not to do it because the life I live right now is safe or I'm comfortable, not to respond with confusion or misunderstanding, or just shut me down because they potentially thought, well, this makes no sense. That wasn't done. All they ever did was encourage. And I believe if I'd have had a different set of friends, if I'd have been asking different people for help and guidance, if I'd have been asking different people for advice, if I'd have been sharing my passions, goals, and dreams with a different set of people, I might have been shut down and I might not be doing this right now. So I'm very, 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 very grateful to every single one of my friends for always being able to see my goals and dreams through my eyes and not theirs, and always be encouraging me, checking in on me, staying in contact. And again, recently, for the praise that they gave this podcast, it's truly helped me take strides towards my goals and dreams. So I'm not going to list every single one of them, but what I am going to do in true Beyond the Mind fashion is turn this back around and say, right, how do you have that environment? How was I so fortunate to have these friends? Was it luck? Was it judgment? I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know is that I have actioned certain things in my life, like asking for help, like sharing my goals, like being honest and saying, hey, I'm going to try and do this. I've put it out there. And a lot of people don't do that because fear holds them back. Hey, I want to play golf at the highest level, but they just don't quite commit. They don't put it out there. They don't ask for help because they're fearful of the response that they're going to get. And yes, not everyone is going to be like my friends, but there are people out there, and what you have to do is you have to find them. So, like I said, in true Beyond the Mind fashion, let's make this practical. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you need help, how are you going to get that? If you need help to take strides towards your goals and dreams, maybe it's some physical conditioning, maybe it's financial support, maybe it's some psychological conditioning, whatever it will be, maybe it's some education, maybe it's some form of new technology that you're going to need some guidance on. Whatever it is, if you have a goal, if you have a dream, you're going to need help, ask for it. So, put it on your daily list of challenges or your daily task list. We've spoken about this in previous episodes, how you set goals. Right. Every day, set your goals. What do I want to achieve today? I want to get some help. I want to take a step closer to my goals and dreams. How am I going to do that? Write it down. I am going to text 10 people, tell them my idea, and ask for feedback. I am going to phone 4 people. Today, I am going to send 15 emails. Write it down and then write why you're going to do it. What am I going to do? I'm going to ask for help. How am I going to do it? This is how I'm going to do it. This is the mode of communication. Why? Why do I want this? Will it make you happy? Will it make you fulfilled? Will it take you away from Netflix? Will it take you away from the PlayStation? Why do you want it? But it's very simple. Write the action plan down, and as you do it, check it off. So, if you want to be successful, life hack number 1 is you have to ask for help. And if you're going to do this, use the what, the how, and the why daily goal system. When you wake up in the morning, write down what it is that you want, how you're going to get it, and why you want it. Now, if that's not going to work for you, Another strategy that I use so we can practically put this into our environment so we can see it is get a dry erase pen, a whiteboard pen, and write on your mirror, ask for help. Every morning when you go to brush your teeth, you will see those big words, ask for help. And every time you ask someone for help, maybe you put a check on the mirror, and maybe at 100 checks, you're gonna give yourself a reward. If you don't do it, maybe you put a big red cross so that you know you didn't take strides towards your goals and dreams. But just having it in your brain and asking for willpower to manifest this isn't gonna work. You have to put it out there and you have to put it into your environment. So, if you want to be successful, you're going to have to ask for help. How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna push beyond just thinking about it? We're gonna take action. You're gonna do daily goals where you're gonna say, I'm gonna ask these people for help towards my goal and dream. This puts it out there. This creates action. This is how I'm gonna do it. Email, phone, text, and this is why. This is why it's gonna lead to this form of fulfillment or this form of satisfaction. Because what's frustrating you right now isn't the fact that you haven't got the help that you need. It's the fact that you're not taking enough action to try and get that help. Receiving the help is out of your control. The amount of action that you can take on the journey to try and get it is absolutely in your control. And if you're not actioning this on a daily basis, then you're probably not taking steps towards your goals and dreams, and that's where the fulfillment lies. So, ask for help. And then again, I want to flip this the other way. What about if someone asks you for help? This podcast is all about spreading positive change. So, how can we spread positive change looking at this from the other way? If someone asks you for help, how can you be like my friends? How can you be a source of motivation and encouragement? Well, ultimately, you have to see the world from their eyes and not yours. That's what my friends did. That's why I'm sat here right now. That's why I'm comfortable doing this podcast, because they never ever discouraged me. So next time someone asks you for help, rather than just respond with the societal norm of, oh, don't do that, that's too risky, rather than just respond with your innate human survival mechanism that programs you to think no. Yes, as humans, we're all programmed to think no, you can't do it, you're gonna fail. It's why we're still alive. But it conditions us to think too negatively in other instances. So rather than just respond with the societal norm of, no, keep the job, be safe, you might fail, don't do it. Rather than just respond with that, or with your inner chimp, your negative mind, and just shut them down straight away, the way that we can create positive change is to ask the question behind the question. It's communication that's key here. So if someone comes to you and asks you for advice, ask the question behind that. Hey, that's interesting. Can you tell me a bit more? When they finish, wow, that sounds amazing. What would life look like if you went after that? Wow, that sounds great. What are the potential risks and how will you get around them? Wow, it sounds like you've really thought this out. What would the next step be after that? Have you actioned? Rather than just follow how we're conditioned in life, how we are to just be no, stick to the norm, play it safe. Rather than that, ask the question behind the question. So, quick synopsis, if you want to be successful in life, success hack number 1, ask for help. And then, success hack that's linked to that, have people around you that are going to support you and understand you. Know that your goals and dreams are your goals and dreams, not theirs, and they can see the world through your eyes and ask the question behind the question and really help and really encourage you. Because it's these two things, asking for help and seeking out those people that encourage and believe, that has led to me being happy, being fulfilled, and enjoying my journey in life. So I'm grateful to all my friends, everyone from Arnold Hill School, everyone, the Leeds Met Massive, and then everyone that I've connected with in America, and all the coaches in the sports industry that have given me breaks, all the professors at university that have given up their time to educate me for free, my friends who literally immediately listened to the podcast, gave me feedback, gave me confidence, and inspired me to do this show. So everyone that has been in my life, that has encouraged me, shown belief, and that has had the ability to ask the question behind the question when I have needed advice or support, thank you. I'm extremely grateful, and I wouldn't be doing this without you. Until next time, this has been the Beyond the Mind podcast with me, Iain Highfield. Stay safe, stay grateful, and remember, ask for help. You'll need it.
You've just taken a step forward to making a positive change in your life.